Has Marie Kondo really given up on being tidy? Let's talk about it. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Helen Yan. I am a master KonMari consultant and I love making videos on intentional living as well as mindful consumption. If that sounds good to you, I hope you'll hit that subscribe button and come join in on the conversation. Before we get started, of course, I want to point out a few things. I don't know Marie personally. I have met her quite a few times and I've never been to her house. I haven't had a conversation with her about this. I've never spoken with her without an interpreter, but I am a KonMari consultant, which means I am certified in helping people tidy up their home using the KonMari method. I am also a KonMari instructor, which means I'm an instructor for the official course that people will have to take in order to become a KonMari consultant. So yes, I do feel confident that I have a greater understanding in the KonMari method than the average public. Over the past few days, I have been seeing countless headlines that says Marie Kondo has given up. I've even had reporters reaching out to me to ask me to comment on this. It's a little bit crazy to me how this thing has gone viral, and I think it all comes down to there's just a lot of misconception about the method. And of course, I want to make a video just talking about it. I did not plan to make this video, so that's why the setup is different today. I feel like a lot of people are looking at the headline without reading the actual article. And so other article is saying the same thing. They're saying that Marie Kondo has kind of given up on striving for a perfectly organized home now that she has 3 kids. And in the articles, Marie is quoted in saying, "My home is messy, but the way I am spending my time is the right way for me at this time, at this stage of my life." I gotta say, as a parent myself, this is not only relatable, but also just super refreshing to hear. The way I see it, it's not like Marie is saying that her method is not working or that she's giving up on being tidy and organized altogether. I don't think she's saying that, not even a little bit. What I think Marie is referring to is this pressure. There's pressure to have her home perfectly tidy all the time, right? Because she is known as this tidying expert, and she is also somebody who's been tidy her whole life. I'm sure Marie Kondo's standard of what's considered tidy versus messy is going to be a lot different than, how I would consider something is tidy and messy when I was still a messy person. I am sure even on her worst day, Marie Kondo's house is still as beautiful, as tidy, as functional as they come. As far as I'm concerned, being tidy, having a tidy home all the time, is not something Marie has ever said we should strive for. If that was the case, I don't think I even would have attempted to try this method myself. Part of the appeal of the KonMari method for me right from the start has been that this is a method about sparking joy, about keeping the things you love, living your ideal life, spending your time in a way that brings you the most joy. I always interpreted Marie's message as do what makes you happy, you be you. In the life-changing magic of tidying up, Marie Kondo said tidying is just a tool, not the final destination. The true goal should be to establish the lifestyle you want most once your house has been put in order. The fact that Marie Kondo said spending time with her children is more important to her than having this beautiful, perfectly tidy space at home shows me that she is living exactly what she preaches in her books, and I absolutely love that. I was quite a messy person myself before I became a parent, before I read The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, and I never really thought that I could ever really get organized. My home is cluttered, and then I had a child and it got even more cluttered, and I was really stressed and overwhelmed. And that's when I read Marie Kondo's book. Both my husband and I read the book. We decided to do this big tidying festival, as she called it, and we completely transformed our home. And if you want to see photos, if you want to hear more about my story, I will link that video above. The KonMari method has changed my life. It helped me see what is important in my life, what are my values. It helped me think about the lifestyle that I want. What do I actually want to do at home? What do I actually want to do with my time? What's going to bring me joy? And when you look at life from that perspective, it has nothing to do with what you want to own or what your house should look like. It's about how you want to spend your time to have more joy in your life. I often credit the KonMari Method and Marie Kondo for making me a better parent, simply because the method helped me transform my space into one that supported me and supported how I want to parent, how I want to live, and having that calm, stress-free space that is also really easy to maintain just helps me stay calm and patient during the day. I'm not upset about it if we make a mess, and it's not just my kid that makes a mess. I love making messes. I love to cook, I love to do crafts, and I sew, and even when I work, sometimes I might have all these books out, I might have my office supplies out. Everyone makes messes in a home. It's not just the children. I don't stress about it during the day because the KonMari Method has helped me to curate my items. We have much less items than we did before, and everything in our home has a home. Just those two things alone was a major game changer for me, because I know no matter how bad it gets during the day, at the end of the day, if it's still that way, it would not take me more than 5 minutes to tidy up. So when we play, I'm not resentful, I'm not stressed about all the work I have to do later. And I know a lot of parents feel this because they tell me they feel this, right? I don't feel that way because it's not even a thought. Because when you have less and everything has a home, it's much easier to tidy up, and everyone knows where everything goes. So it's not like I'm the only person that knows where to put something back, or people have to ask me, oh, where does this go? We just know. It becomes second nature. Now, to Marie's point about giving yourself this pressure to strive for tidiness all the time as a tidying expert, I feel her, and I totally understand what she's talking about, because I too felt this pressure after I became a KonMari consultant myself. As you know, I was not always a KonMari consultant. As I said before, I was a messy, disorganized, hot mess of a person for the majority of my life. I did not tidy up my life until I was in my 30s, right? I'm in my 40s now. But when I first became a KonMari consultant, every time if I was coming home after work and everything was everywhere, and I would get so stressed, especially if I knew somebody was coming over shortly after I get home, and I would frantically tidy up, and I would tell my husband, oh my gosh, I can't believe you let it get this bad. You have to help me tidy up. I'm a KonMari consultant. I have a reputation to uphold. So I totally understand this pressure to maintain an image. But after doing that, having experienced that frantic tidying for several different occasions, that is when I realized this is the true magic of the KonMari Method. I am actually able to tidy my home in 5 minutes, no matter how bad it looks. It happened several times where I thought a bomb went off in my home and somebody was coming over, and I'm frantically tidying up, just putting things away. 5 minutes later, they show up, my home looked good as new. And that truly is because we have less items in our home, and everything actually does have a home. When we're tidying up, we're not just putting something somewhere temporarily. We're not moving things from room to room. We're not hiding it behind closed door. We're not shoving it into a closet and closing the door. When you do that, you're just going to have to move it again, and it's more work for you. When we tidy up, we actually are returning things back into our home. And like I said, everything has a home. We don't have to think about where it's supposed to go. We already decided on a home for that item. This method was truly life-changing for me, and it's honestly all about sparking joy and living your best life. So if you're feeling stressed out about your home and your environment and you want to do something about it, I honestly just encourage you to try to do a KonMari tidying festival. I know it's something that may sound daunting because it's a lot of work, but I'm still benefiting from all the work I put in that many years ago, and it truly changed my life. And if you want to learn more about it, I have a free tidying festival planning guide where it guides you through writing down your ideal of life vision, and also gives you a checklist of all the different categories and what order to do things in. And of course, if you want more support, I work with people both in home as well as virtually, so you can definitely always reach out to me if you want some support in your tidying journey. And that is the end of my video. I would love for you to comment below your thoughts on this topic. And until next time, choose joy, live well.